Hello and welcome once again to TVC. This is The Black Table. I know you're not used to seeing me as the host, but the tall, almost handsome fellow whose sexuality is questioned is not here this week. And I told him I was going to take shots at him if I was going to host the show today. My name is Tieng Gang, but everybody calls me Gang, and this is The Black Table. It's the man cave. It's a place where men are free to say whatever they want in all truth and all honesty while they have their drinks, because you know this always opens us up to say what's on our mind.
That was her day.
And as usual, I'm never alone on the show. We always have great people on the show with us. Joining us, as usual, the man everybody loves to hate, the Mr. Controversial himself.
I'm not controversial, bro. That girl,
the man we love, the man that completes the table.
That guy was drinking tea without
Mr.
sugar.
Femi joins us
drinking
today.
Tea without sugar, honestly.
Welcome to the Black Table once again. And then, of course, the premium MC joins us again. Pon Deck. Mr. Deck is with us live on the Black Table. Welcome to the Black Table, Mr. Deck.
Thank you so much for having me every time. Gang, it's good to have you on.
Good to see you. Good. You guys are looking dapper, as
I'm sure
usual.
to make us, have some.
Let's get there. Let's get there.
Some mouthful.
Let's not forget. Zeno always forgets who's at the bar, but that guy takes my place today. Mr. Jean-Luc is with us. Mr. Jean-Luc Oshofa. Yes, Olamide.
Yeah,
right here.
I think you should add the price to the back of that now.
Abi?
Because
He's the price.
I don't
He's the price.
realize it, I be the price. I am the price.
All right, and today on the show, our major point of discussion is sex tapes and leaks. Who is to blame? Who is responsible? We'll talk about that later. And of course, we have other quick stories that we will dabble into when we come back. This is The Black Table. You can contribute with your questions with The Black Table on TVC. That's the hashtag on all social media platforms as we go live. But we'll be back. We need to top off our drinks, and we'll start the show in a matter of seconds. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. I'm sure you just checked out Bro Codes, wrote to me telling us about always taking the bill. I'm sure nobody out there has a problem with that. But if we were to say the women should fund the bill on some occasions, we might get some backlash.
Problem.
All right, let's quickly start. Now, I want to first of all state that I objected to even talking about this because to me, it was just another day in the week.
No, but it's not another day now,
But
bro.
now it's not another day.
not another
We're
day.
going to address, there were a couple of trends during the week about last week's episode. And I'd like to encourage everybody that watches the show or sees any snippets from the show. The shows are available for you to watch. So you can always watch the show from beginning to end and understand where certain statements are coming from and why they are made, so that you don't just cast an opinion on just one segment of the show. With that said, there was a bit of controversy during the week from some statements made from my very good friend, Mr. Femi, and of course, my very good friend, Mr. Olamide.
The price.
So let's just jump into it.
Mr. Olamide, the
Mr.
price.
Olamide, the price.
The price.
The price.
The
yes.
price. But I'd like to start off with this statement before I come to you, Femi. I would say, is your partner lucky to have you, or are you lucky to have your partner? Or are you both lucky? And can you state that your partner is lucky to have you? With that said, we all know the drama. What was her name that she posted the video? She posted a clip?
She posted a clip from the
From last week's episode.
And it was funny to me because I was sleeping, and then I woke up in the morning. I had 1:30 something DMs. I'm like, what's going on? Only for me to open it. I'm like, what is going on about? So apparently, Zeno was asking. Well, Zeno asked. I think we were talking about.
There was a story.
A trending video the week before.
There was a
where
story
women
we captured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was a story we captured last week that had to do with women. And you were not here
Dressed.
last week.
No,
we
he
had
wasn't.
A group of women, a lot of women, wore wedding dresses and did a church service. You know,
Praying
with
to find a
prayers
man before
to
December.
find a husband
Before
the end of this year.
And then I said,
So I made a statement about how you never see men gathering, you know, in such a situation, praying to find wives. And then, of course,
I said, I turned to you and I said, married people take it for granted that they are married. They think these things happen easily for everybody, which it doesn't. And also, married people don't understand how lucky they are. And I was like, And then I think Zeno asked me, was like, are you saying your wife is lucky to have you? And I'm like, yes, my wife is lucky to have me because, I mean, look at the world we live in now. I can count 1,000,000,001 reasons why she's lucky to have me. One, she's lucky to have me because she's not in any church wearing a wedding dress, praying for husband before December. Look, one. She's not living with a man that she has to be sharing school fees, house rent with, which is what most of the people that I know presently do. Look, number two, she's with somebody that she knows, oh, man, regardless of whatever it is, he's going to hold it down for us. Look, number three, should I go on?
But now,
So let me, I'm so sorry. Let me ask you a question. If you're saying
Thank
that
you.
your wife is lucky to have you, can we also say that you're lucky to have your wife as well?
That's
I
right.
also said that on the show. Because
So
he
I think
said-
you need to reiterate
I don't
that so
have
that
to.
people can
No,
understand.
wait, because I remember at the part of the show, you were saying something about a guy that had, I think was going for surgery or something. He had 3 kids outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, I won't be the man I am today without my wife.
Okay, so you know what?
I said that.
At this point, yeah.
But
it's-
my own is why are people even triggered?
So the funny
Wetin dey
thing,
trigger now?
is this: I think there's a lack of immaturity when people just jump at a bit of something, and since
Lack
it
of
was
maturity, you
baggage, put out baggage, swallowed baggage, taken.
No, so I think, in all honesty, I thought about it. I think Maraji's case is that she felt like it was a personal attack on her. Yes, she did, because in all honesty, bro, there's no need to be. No, in
Femi,
all
you know-
honesty, she
No,
felt
no, let's
that-
hear him out. Let's hear
she
him out.
felt
Let's hear
like
him
that
out.
was a shot at her. Or she felt triggered one way or the other because obviously this was the girl that you all, I mean, you knew who she was. You said it right here. You knew who she was for a bit and then she just disappeared. So apparently, that period where she disappeared, she was suffering, she came out to say it. She was suffering from heartbreak. As in, she and
Is
guys
this a
were-
verified statement?
She said it herself.
Right.
She said it herself. So she was suffering from heartbreak, and then one thing led to another. I think she and the guy got back together. But today, she's in Ghana with the guy, married. I mean, she left her life in Nigeria. So I think in some kind of way, that ruffled her feathers a little. Like,
touched the nerve.
It touched the nerve that, why would you say men are the price? Because, okay, maybe she just woke up and realized that, wait, I'm in Ghana. Oh. This is not where I'm supposed to be living. Oh. Now, man, carry me, come here. Oh. So she felt attacked. But I mean, in all honesty, before this week, I didn't even know who she was. She felt attacked, and I'm like, no, man. And if you feel attacked, maybe you should look in the mirror.
I think in
You
all
should look in the
fairness,
mirror.
I think in all fairness, everyone has a right to their statement.
Everybody has a right to their opinion.
Looking
Everybody
at
does.
what the world is today, we've seen how things have changed. Men, we've accepted the change. We've agreed to the change. However, there are certain things that we are just going to call out. And I remember after what Okwe said last week, I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's even difficult to keep men in marriages.
It is.
Because there are a lot of
It
crap
is.
going out there
It
in
is.
today's relationships, in today's marriages. And, you know, it was funny because I just felt if you don't want to hear honesty, then maybe...
I think let me clear some things because I can see Deck is almost lost and is wondering where we're coming from. You know, this show, it's a manly show. Do you understand? We come here with our kahunas ready to say the truth and express ourselves. You get where we're coming from. We're not saying women are not the prize, but in certain situations, can the man be the prize, even if it's just for once?
So
Do you understand? We're not saying women are the ones that keep us in the homes. Do you understand? We keep each other. Do you understand? But it's okay to come from our own perspective and not come from theirs.
There was one day I was taking my kids to school, and my son said something, and I looked at him and I didn't think about it like that. So I said, normally when I'm driving them to school in the morning, we're always conversing. So I was saying something, and I was like, I'm the best there is. And my daughter was like, no, you're not the best there is. And she was like, I was like, what do you mean by that? And then he said, like, why do you feel he's not the best there is? If you feel he's not the best there is, you can say you are the best there is too. Him being the best doesn't stop you from being the best. And bro, I looked at him and I'm like,
Wisdom.
okay.
All right.
Like, so in all honesty, if somebody says, oh, this is how I feel, you say how you feel. It's not hard.
I feel you.
It's not hard.
See, the
So
thing
with
that
that
was-
said, we can shut this. You know,
As
like I
a-
said, I didn't want to talk
Pack it
about
up and
this.
Okay,
ship it
so
up to our man.
I want to speak from an outside perspective, seeing that I wasn't on the show when this happened. Now, what you must understand is that, you know, there are a variety of people who see this show and watch this show, right? And whatever it is that you're saying, as it affects women or as it affects men, has to come from a place of being objective. Now, wait, hold on. Let me finish, please.
This guy's running for office.
No. It's not about running for office. It says sometimes you must take understanding of people's sensitivity. Like you said, this might be triggering for this person.
Wait. How long have you heard that men are dogs? Wait. Me, I want to scatter this table today. Wait. How many times have you heard that men are dogs? How many times have you heard that? How many times have you heard that men are dogs? How many times have you heard that men
will stay your whites?
They are rubbish. Do you know how many times in a day
that we get
the social.
No, but you know the part of it that I
this is a
crying.
Okay.
This is the part of it that I can never understand.
Okay.
Like in the world we live in today, you see all these blogs, you see all these podcasts and stuff. Women say whatever they want to say.
Right.
Nothing gets done. But don't you guys see that we're now living in a world where as men you have to retract back into the shadows? Why? Masculinity is under attack. What is being a man is now being defined by people that are not even men.
So the thing is,
and you guys don't have a problem with that.
Have you also thought about it
And
from the
that's
aspect
why we have
from the angle of the fact that women have been pushed into the shadow for so long
in the world we live in
that
today,
they are now coming out to do something for themselves.
Let's not lie to ourselves. In the world we live in today, women are not in the shadows.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't think
let me hear it.
Women are
I
not in
want
the
us to move on.
shadows.
All right.
I want us to move on. I want us to move
now.
on.
Okay, so I'm not trying to
want us to
attack
move on, so please
anyone in
conclude.
any way,
Yeah.
all right? I'm just saying that in whatever it is that we say, personally, in whatever it is that I say, I am sensitive enough to understand that people may understand it from a totally different perspective.
But it's not your
You
fault.
must also understand.
That's not your fault.
No, it
I can
is
say
your
what I want to say.
responsibility.
How you hear it is completely up to you.
No, Femi, it
It
is your
is.
responsibility to pass a message in such a
So,
way that
should I
it
call
does
out the
not
truth?
affect another person
Okay, so-
mentally. And that's why we
I
have
don't
something called
understand.
mental
I
health.
really don't
Hold on,
understand where this conversation is going
Should I
to.
There's
call out
something
the
called
truth?
mental
I
health.
don't know
all
where
right?
this is
You
going.
must
Okay.
understand. That's the
All
thing.
right.
you know.
Should I call? Wait, are you saying I should
Let me
call out the
wrap this
truth
up.
just so people can feel better?
Let me
I'm just
wrap
saying
this up.
that
saying,
you
bro.
should be sensitive enough to understand.
I am.
All
That's
right.
why it's a man's
Okay,
show.
so that's what we said.
That's why it's a
Women
man's
don't
show,
want
bro.
the truth.
Hello.
And when we put out the truth,
It's
they
a
get
man's
upset
show.
and
With
offended.
that
This is
said,
men's show. This is how
to wrap
men
it up.
think. This is how men talk. Why do you have to now understand? Like, I don't get it.
All
It's
right.
a man's show.
I really need us to move from this.
Okay.
I just want to have one final question for you.
Yes, please.
Is your wife lucky to have you?
Yes, my wife is lucky to have
Oh,
me.
yeah,
but
men
I
are
am
finished and
also,
this will go.
I am also happy.
Men are finished
I
and-
am lucky to have my wife, and that's it. We are both lucky to have each other. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Simple.
All right, that's it. For me personally, that's the way I look at it.
Good.
Because you must understand that there's certain things that I do for my wife that you will not do for your wife with this kind of
Good.
mentality.
And with
That's
that,
it.
Bro.
and with
Yes,
that
you
said,
will not.
Bro.
Yes,
And
because
so-
I treat my wife like she is the prize. Just as much as she does to me as well.
Good.
Then maybe you
And-
need to meet my wife, though.
and-
And this is not me bragging. Like, I know. I say it anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I'm a man's man. Like, I can sit on my throne and I'm really like this.
Okay,
I dey
so
try now.
I want to wrap this. Okay, so with that said, guys, gentlemen, with that said, obviously, his statement triggered someone, and their statement triggered. And then their statement, and then her statement and video on Instagram also triggered
Azubo said ring light
in
for that
return,
girl,
and
though.
also triggered him.
Oh,
So the
no.
trigger got triggered, and now we're moving on. Like I said, I didn't even want to approach this, but you guys wanted to touch into it.
No,
Thank you
it's
so
important
much.
now,
Thank you
because
so
you-
much.
You look like, okay.
But I cannot overemphasize the fact that you need to watch the whole show. It comes on
Exactly.
Friday nights from 11 p.m. till 12 to understand the context and where we come from as men.
Men.
We can't speak for women,
Women,
and that's why we
exactly.
speak for
It's a
ourselves.
men's
And
show.
sometimes we feel like the prize. We feel like sometimes we don't get appreciated enough. And we just wanted to say that, you know what, somebody should tell a guy that you are the one that we appreciate, because we appreciate you as well. Let's move on to our major, not our major topic, but our first quick fire, because we had so many other things we wanted to discuss tonight. Now, this story, I want to toss it to you guys, because it has to do with your wife's exes, if you know any of them. There's a man from Kenya here that complains that his wife's boyfriends used to beat him up. Yes. So basically, the story touches on men that are being abused in their homes. Marital abuse from on men.
When you say they used to beat him up, while they're married or before, prior to the wedding?
I think currently in his household, his wife that is the prize.
No, I think the narrative is that the ex of the wife comes to beat him.
For what is offense though? I just want to like
What
do you do? What do you do? Like why? What do you
Could
do?
there be anything you could do that would justify that?
No, so because no. So see, I've learned that in this life, like you can't take anything for face value. But your wife's ex comes to your house to beat you up. Why?
Well, they would think. Well,
How does he know where you guys live? Let's start from there. How does he know where you live?
Well,
how does he know where she lives? Clearly, the wife is still in a relationship with her exes.
Obviously, that's the only way that could
That's
that could
number
happen.
one. And clearly, here's the thing: the problem here is that he's in an abusive marriage, and he's the one being abused by his wife, and he doesn't want to leave and can't leave. So it's like a cry or a plea of what he should do, or what should men do if they're in abusive relationships.
The reason why we do this show is because of babies like this. That guy is not a man.
He's not. Let's be
Because
honest.
he's
let's be
out
honest.
there
Let's be honest.
crying, complaining that his wife left him with his 3-month-old baby, and you know.
Are we talking about this?
Listen, guy,
There's more in the story.
that guy is a sissy.
There's
It's the
more in the
reason
story.
why.
But this is what happens when people that are not men are defining what it is to be a man. I say
Exactly.
these things and you guys think I'm saying rubbish.
I'm sorry.
Like, what is
So you
this?
can come out publicly.
Like, what is this?
Publicly to say, oh, so my wife is stepping out on me, and her ex will come to my home to beat me up. Like, and you call yourself
Where
a
does this
man?
stop? Where does this stop?
So, I appreciate the fact that we're coming in from the masculinity and all of that, but we also need to look at it from the other side.
But they beat the guy.
Right.
Let's
Hold
not-
on. Hold on.
Regardless of whatever we
Hold
say,
on.
then
I
let's not forget that
understand
they
now.
beat
Let
the
me
guy.
speak now. You know, this is a conversation. It's not for us to argue, all right? You say yours, I say mine. So listen, please.
Quiet.
Deck
Now,
on deck.
it's important to understand that there are men who are actually masculine men, strong men, physically strong men who would take certain things from their spouses, not because they're weak, but because they probably love their wives or they love that woman so much that they don't want to react. Doesn't mean that they're less than a man. Now listen.
Please,
now,
that's the real tech.
Listen,
Who is this
listen,
guy?
listen,
Who is this guy?
listen.
Who makes
Who is
this
this
drink?
guy?
Who makes
Guys,
this drink?
Who is this guy?
Who makes this drink?
Listen, guys, understand where I'm coming
Let's
from.
hear him, man. Let me
There
hear
are
him.
men there are men who are men. Men in high places that go into the hollows of their rooms and they cry bitterly based on the things that their wives do to them quietly.
Well,
Does it mean that they are sissies?
no, first things
Does
first.
it mean that they don't have
First
power?
things first. First things first.
Come
I
on
don't
now.
think a man's physical build defines whether he's a man or not.
But you guys are saying that he's a sissy now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's
so,
a
no, no,
sissy.
so Sissy doesn't.
Don't you get it?
It's- So,
Like-
so when you,
You
say,
understand
and
where
then-
they're coming from
and
when
then-
they say he's a
no,
sissy.
so the problem is that when you say the word now, if you say masculine or masculinity, you liken it with toxicity. It's not. Masculine doesn't have to be your body shape. It's
Exactly.
a mindset.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
You know why I said
There's-
masculinity?
There's absolutely no reason why he's
somebody
crying on the
beats
internet.
him. Person they beat him.
Bro, you get people when you don't feel fight.
Baba,
Let's
you
be
don't
honest.
understand.
This thing is so
No
funny,
be
like-
woman they beat him. No be him wife. Now the wife ex they
It's
come as come beat him.
okay. No, I get that
Wait,
part, I
wait,
get
wait.
that part.
Let's
They
wait.
talk now.
Wait.
I
Let
get
me
that part. I
politically
honestly get
correct
that
that. No be the wife ex. The guy where they knock in wife.
Do you understand?
Let us clear it.
You need to understand
it
it.
makes
Because
no sense.
it's not his. See, it's his wife. It's not wife. There's something. There's something we see a lot. Do you understand? We know that to an extent, women are in abusive relationships.
Yes.
Do you understand? It could be physical abuse
Yes.
and other things.
That's right.
And there's so many things that you recommend and tell a woman in that kind of situation. Now the situation has been reversed. This man is in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
He is married, and the wife is stepping out on him. He has not left the marriage. He's still in the marriage. And the person that the wife is with, do you understand? She has multiple
Guys, let me
partners
give you more
outside the
details
marriage,
with this guy.
And she's,
This
the
guy,
guys
name is
are beating
Anthony.
him up.
So my question is this.
Anthony Nganga or something
no,
like
wait,
that.
my question
You know what
is this.
Anthony
This
did?
guy.
He's a Kenyan child, not
Wait,
like that guy.
wait,
No,
Let me
wait. So you do see. Thank you so much that you said this person is a Kenyan. Naturally, Kenyan people are very peaceful people. I hope you know that.
They're calm, yeah.
They're very calm.
Nigerians are the
You
only
can't
ones-
compare
in
that
the whole of
person to
Africa.
Nigeria.
In the whole of
Leave
Africa.
the fact that
Nigerians are the only ones that are
Leave
aggressive.
that fact, all right? Let's look at it from the perspective that, okay, this girl, this woman, they knock this person, all right? Waiting the wife go tell the man, we go make and come beat him husband.
Okay, wait,
the
wait,
question
wait,
is,
wait,
do you know whether
Deck,
it's the woman that is taking care of it?
Deck, first things first.
You are saying that you should leave.
This
Where
guy
is he going
lost.
to?
This
Okay,
guy
so
lost his
okay,
home.
hold on,
What
hold
if
on,
that
hold on.
if it's- what if
Okay,
what if that's the only way he survives?
So because she's taking care of him, he deserves to be beaten.
My brother.
But if the roles were
Different people
no, but
have
if the roles were
different-
No,
if the
no,
roles
no,
were
Deck,
reversed,
Deck,
you won't say
Deck,
this
Deck.
though.
Me, I don't
If the
agree.
roles were
See,
reversed.
there are very amazing
So
women
men,
out
are you
there.
saying men that take care of their women have the right to beat them and have?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Men that beat their wives and the wives stay, why do they stay?
In all honesty, I always tell people this.
That's a good point.
No, I just want to know.
I always tell people this.
a good point.
Anybody that comes to me, like, look, you can solve, regardless of whatever marital problems you have,
Yes.
you can solve it. But you see, once you start beating each other,
It's
Yes.
over.
it's over.
It's over. It's
Tell,
that simple.
tell yourself
How
the
do you
truth.
reconcile?
Because there is absolutely no realm where you can connect again.
Violence. Once
Like,
violence comes
it's
in.
not
It's not
violence
just
comes
violence,
in.
disrespect.
One violence.
A man should
if
not,
a man,
in any point in
if a
time,
man
touch
is-
a woman.
once a
And
man
always
slap-
Are we saying that? Are we saying that we don't have men who have beaten their wives before and, come into like some kind of paradigm shift and they never try it again in their
We're
lives?
not
okay, so
saying-
guys,
we're not
for me,
saying
it has never happened
for me,
before.
I always say, you won't even have that luxury of, let's see if he has changed. You lost it from the word go.
Yes,
And for me,
exactly,
it's always
no.
a case of life and death. This is my mindset in life that, okay, you know what? Everything can always get worse. So let's assume he slaps you today. Tomorrow, if he punch you.
Yeah.
I read a story once.
You don't believe there could be a one-off?
One
There
off.
might be, but you know what? I'm not even going to give you that second chance. So now, if my wife slapped me, bro,
Peace out.
if I, like any girl that I'm dating, I always tell them that if we ever get to the point
Don't
where
physical, I beg.
we get physical, just know that I don't love you again. From there I started dating a woman because, in all honesty, there's absolutely no way. The person is not a child now. Why are you beating? Even my child go, I would rather shout on you than slap you. You now come the physically. So, okay, after you physically, I told them, you now say, oh, yeah, baby, you know, turn around now, give me doggy. Are you mad?
So my question is
Wait,
this. You know,
wait,
Gang
wait.
said something. He talked about this guy and said, what does he need to do? And then you guys bashed him.
No, so
What does he need to do?
What does this guy need to do?
No,
This
the guy
guy
doesn't need
first
to do
needs to grow
anything.
balls. He needs to grow balls, number one.
So he doesn't have balls like this.
Which balls?
He's
Who give
crying
her
on,
balls?
he's crying on,
balls?
he's
What are
crying
you
on
talking
the
about, man?
internet, say they're collecting wife. He there with the 3 kids on top and they see the beat him.
Wait, let me tell you what this guy did. See, and I'm going to say it. I don't care if anyone finds it offensive or you get
They go
upset.
cancel you.
There are men who are not meant to be called men.
There are a lot of them,
There are
actually.
people
There are a lot
out
of them.
there. They've got balls. They got the right sort of tools, but in actual sense, they are not men. This particular guy that we're talking about moved out from his bedroom and moved into his children's bedroom. Yes.
The
So it
plot
wasn't-
thickens.
Oh, wait. This is
You say,
Now,
you
wait,
say,
now,
this
wait,
same
now,
guy,
wait,
calm
now, I just
down.
want to know the details
Wait,
of the story.
This guy
Right.
is such a weak guy. He's such a shameful guy that we're not even supposed to be talking about him that much. Because I hope that he finds himself and he raises his children the right way. Because if you roll over for every time you've been pushed, what has happened to him will happen to any other person that functions that way. He didn't stand up for his right. He wasn't man enough to take control of the situation. And the wife rolled over him. And guess what? I'm sorry, women, you people will come for me again, but I don't care. If a man sits down and rolls over, you roll over him.
You roll over him. It's a fact of life. It's a fact of life.
Facts.
And guess what? You know this thing that you just said just reminded me of something. So I have a friend. Yeah. She has a kid, but she and the guy, the baby dad, they're not together. They've never been together. So all the while, she always tries to force her son into my life. Like at one point, I realized it. I'm like, okay, why are you trying to push this boy on me? And she told me something one day. And she said, only a man can raise a man. If I decide, like, the boy is in his teenage years. She's like, if I decide to do this thing alone, I'm going to leave him with a lot of feminine traits.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what she was saying at that point. So she got him to work with me for a very long period of time. And then when he was going off to school, she was like, hey, now she likes the way he talks, she likes the way he reasons and all of that. It didn't make a lot of sense to me until this week when another lady sent me a message and said, in all honesty, a woman cannot single-handedly raise a proper man. This guy, if you go down his lineage, you see why this is this. Because obviously the guy has no spine. He moved from his room to his children's
bedroom, yeah.
He's crying on the internet, say they don't take his wife. Then they come beat him on top. You see, they take care of the 3 children.
I don't have a feeling that the ex is in Nigeria.
Most probably.
It's funny that this thing that you said, as much as I would agree with it, there are a lot of single mothers out there that are raising kids. But it's good to have a male influence, not necessarily the father of the child.
It doesn't have to be a male influence in that boy's life. So he sees life
if you have
from
uncles,
the way of
if you have uncles from school, other male figures around him, it's good. But if he's only around women, his traits, his character.
The thing, you see what you just said now. I was primarily raised by my mother, and I had to toughen up through life. I had to toughen up.
Like you came to that realization by yourself.
I didn't have a male figure necessarily there to mold me and shape me and all that. And it took many bitter experiences for me to become this version. So I totally agree, because there are times that I want to make certain decisions, I want to make certain choices, and I'll just go like, what if, and think and second guess. And guess what? That is why I've never been a fan of divorce or separation or whatever. I don't like it. I say, you know what? If you must, don't bring children into the world. Almost, all right. Always.
And that's a fact, though. Don't bring children.
All right, we're going to take a break. Don't forget, you can be a part of the show and make your contributions with so many questions. It's hashtag The Black Table on TVC. We need to refill our glasses, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We had more drinks to pour, so we took our time. Don't forget to be a part of the show. Hashtag The Black Table on TVC, and be able to send in your questions, which we will read at the end of the program. But right now, let's just jump straight into our major discussion for today. Sex tapes, leaks. Who should be held responsible? Why is this even going on? To start this discussion, there have been a lot of leakages on social media. People have been leaking on social media. The things I have seen, I've had to wash my eyes with holy water. But let me start by asking my gentlemen on the table this. Have any of you ever recorded yourself?
There might be a sex tape of me somewhere.
Have any of you ever okay, so let's start with you. Have you ever recorded yourself sexually?
There might be. I can't categorically say yes, but there might be. Just in case. This wasn't me.
What about you, Dek? Have you ever recorded yourself, Abby?
I guess the girl has. I think.
So now it's the girl.
She wanted us to record it, and I did on my phone.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So
did you ever send it to her though?
No, I did not.
Jean-Luc, what about you? Ever recorded yourself engaging in such?
I'm on
present continuous. Present continuous. Continuous. Present continuous.
Yeah, did you hear it?
What is? I didn't hear it.
Present continuous. What more?
He said it's on phone.
It's ongoing. That's what it means.
So, gentlemen, I know from the group chat we shared some of these videos.
I don't watch those.
And it was quite alarming. You know, I keep on
see them.
It's funny because I keep saying I don't know why people still engage in these things and put them out there on social media, but I forget that my time has passed and things are just basically like a vicious cycle. You get me? Some people do it for the clout, but when you talk about who should be held responsible, now let me start with Dek.
Okay.
Like you said, you recorded yourself. She wanted it recorded.
Yeah.
You recorded it on your phone, never sent it to her. Who should be responsible for the leaks or for the sex tape in the first place?
Okay, so I'm not going to answer that question directly. I will start from the beginning. Now, the thing is this. So, the first question is, why do you even have a sex tape in the first place at all?
Because you're a human being in
So
2023.
no. So listen. So one thing is this. A lot of the time, people have fantasies that they want to take.
Yep.
All right? Now, some people's fantasy is, you know, to go to the beach and have sex in public. Some people want to have sex in public. Like, I want to be having sex with this person and someone is right there beside us and doesn't know anything that is going on.
That happens.
Some people just want to, I want to see, I want to see how I move to sex. I want to see I want to see how I sound to sex. I want to see how he does it. I want to see what happens.
What it looks like.
What it looks like from a third view.
Yeah.
All right? Now, when they do these things, right, it is interesting to record. It is very hard to delete. You know why? Because once you record it, you want to watch it today. When you're bored, you want to watch it again. One day, listen, one day, this is, now I'm going to answer why it leaks. One day, oh my God, this stuff is so nice. Let me even show my best friend. Guy, come on, see you. Are you serious? Make I see. Are you serious? Oh, now wow. Almost see something for that place. He has sent it to his phone, or she has sent it to her phone. I'm not going to tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody. Almost see my friend. My friend picks it. That's the way he spreads. So oftentimes than not, it is not a deliberate act for the transfer. It is not. Some people, let me now interest you into knowing something. Sometimes people's phones get, you know, spoiled. Your screen can get broken. You give it to someone to fix your phone. Oga, please open your phone so that I go fit test them. That one goes through your phone, it sees nudes and stuff like that. Before you know it, it picks it up.
You've spoken like somebody that's experienced in this field.
Yeah, that's why I've been laughing since. Like, wait, too much experience, too much.
Let me come to Femi
Who's
here.
responsible? The custodian of the tape.
Yeah,
Like, if it's in your possession, you can't. So I never understand this. And I'm going to say this from experience. A friend of mine, I was living in his house at that point, yeah? He made a sex tape with one girl. And he showed everybody that, see me, see as I did. We all laughed about it and all of that, yeah? Then 5 months later, he came and said he wanted to marry the girl. Yeah, he said he wanted to marry her. I was like, oh, he's thinking of getting married and he wants to marry the girl. Like, and I had to tell him that, bro, I don't have a problem with you marrying this girl, but you know that all of us in this room know what she looks like naked, Abby?
Whoa.
I told him that, and I think that was one of the reasons he changed his mind. But I had to remind him that, you remember that you have shown us.
Yeah.
So the truth is, I always say this. If you record a sex tape and you feel the need to show somebody else, there's a problem.
Sure.
Like, what are you trying to prove that almost say as a day you be porn star? Why? The person that even let you record him or her trust you to a very large degree.
That's a huge amount of trust.
It's a huge amount of trust. Then you now go around and betray that.
There's a reason it's called intimate.
It's a
Then
huge
you now
amount of
go and show somebody else so that they can see the size of your bola or what.
I have another perception towards this, and I'm not just going to...
Mr. Hub, let's hear from you.
I'm not just going to dance around it. See, you say who's to blame? It's the woman. Very simple.
Why?
Let me just tell you why.
I don't understand how.
Let
why?
me tell you why. See,
Cancelled!
it's the woman.
Why?
You know why? You know why? Because in time immemorial, you would see that there's a pattern. Generally across the world, we've seen different videos being released. We've seen, you know, people going through so-called, oh, I lost my device, and then someone licked it. We've seen so many things. Oh, I was sending this video to my boyfriend, and then someone hacked my phone or hacked his phone or whatever. See, the thing is this. Women, stop sending these things. Stop recording yourselves having sex. Because as it is...
But what if I like it as a woman?
No, if you want to watch yourself having sex, do mirror up. Side.
No, but like,
watch yourself.
So my
you know what,
my guy
you know
lives in Yankee, and I want to always just have something to
show me.
Wait.
No, but I mean, like, let's be realistic.
I'm being realistic because as it is, yeah, I feel that every guy at different points in their life that have tried to record them having sex, I've shown 1 or 2 people.
Never.
Okay.
Okay, at this point,
never. But see,
like at this point, I'm speaking from experience, never.
Okay,
so I feel like it's the greatest level of disrespect to the woman if you are going to let somebody else see her. I mean, she gave you, that's total submission now.
Bro,
Why would I want to show somebody
if you
else?
love somebody, you care about
I
the
don't
person.
even need to love you,
cherish
bro.
the-
I don't
Okay,
even
no,
need
even
to-
love.
wait,
I don't even
wait,
cherish
wait,
someone.
wait,
You
wait,
respect
guys,
somebody.
Guys, I
And
can
they
count.
allow
I can
you.
count. I can
Allow
count.
you.
I can count at least 3-4 international so-called leaked sex tapes
Right.
out there.
I think
None
a lot-
of them
I-
stayed together.
I think a
And
lot
you
of
know why?
leaks are actually on purpose. Though.
And
a lot of
exactly.
leaks.
And
I
you
think
know
a lot
why?
of leaks are on
Because
purpose.
there was no love. If you really love someone, if you're really very intimate with someone, and you want to experience, okay, you know what? Let's take a video of ourselves making love or having sex or whatever. You know what you do after you've done watching it to get that, you both will decide to delete it. Oh, this was fun. Okay, this is nice, whatever. You want to archive it. You know why you not archive it? You know why you not archive it? Because you are together. There's no
You
need
always
to prove.
see the person.
You understand? There's no need to prove, oh, this is how we are doing it. Because you will do it over and over again. And that is why a lot of guys who've recorded girls are always tempted to show the next guy, like, see
Because
this
you
babe.
have it. That's what I
because,
said.
No, because there's nothing real there. I feel that women can put a stop to this
No,
thing.
but it's grocery
No, wait.
responsibility.
Now, I, to an extent, I can almost agree with what Olamide is saying. Like we've said, our women are the ones that basically control sex.
they are.
So a lot of these recordings that you see, the women know
she
they're
has
being
to permit
recorded.
it. Yes, she has to
So
permit
the
it.
women permit you to record it.
But that's a very,
So
that's
once,
a
like I
massive
said, once
degree of
you
trust.
record it, listen, that's what, it's a huge amount of trust. Once a lady and is with somebody and she agrees you can record, oh yeah, you guys are finished recording. Let's watch what we've recorded. Don't leave that place until that video does not exist anymore.
But you know, you guys actually know how technology works. When you delete something on your phone, it doesn't delete it. You know that.
Yeah, it's
Where does it go to?
it
doesn't delete.
You
So
can
when-
retrieve. There's certain files you can retrieve. There's a back
no,
end.
no. So it's not even certain files. Until it's written over, it still exists on your device. So that means, say, for example, you have 500 GB. Everything you deleted, for as long as you've not gotten to 500 GB capacity,
There's a
it's
backup,
still
yeah.
on your. It's on your. No, it's not. There's no backup. It's on your phone. All you have to do is just recovery software.
Yeah. And these days, especially when things are attached to a cloud and by default,
see?
immediately you just
You
put
see?
it up there.
You see my
So
point?
that's
So
why you
why
shouldn't even
bother
do-
recording?
So,
Because-
But what if I like recording?
Bro,
No, I'm just saying, like,
So,
so we
I-
can't
I-
speak
what
for
if you-
everybody.
what if
see,
it's a
okay,
fantasy?
earlier,
Exactly,
earlier,
you can't
wait,
speak for everybody
earlier,
now.
Gang asked me the question if I had done it before. Of
But you
course
don't
I've
tell
done
them now
it
that you
before.
be
Yeah.
yeah.
I've done it.
But here's
I have done it before.
Here's
But
the
guess what?
thing.
I learned a big lesson, and that's why I will never do it again. And I will never do
Baba,
it
let me
again.
bust your mind.
No, she
Olamide,
thinks it.
Olamide, let me bust your mind. I know of a babe that likes that kind of thing.
Yeah, there are
And
people like
she
people
said,
like that.
and I quote, even if it gets leaks, I don't care.
Now that's another
I don't
angle.
care.
Sorry.
Truth
But
be
that's the
told,
thing.
truth be told, if you're willing to record
Do you
yourself
understand?
and have it with somebody that you may trust and it's out there,
The
if
one
it
that
leaks,
is
you
even,
just need
let
to
me tell you
own
what's
it.
paining me.
You need to
Please,
Kincaid that
please,
thing.
can
You
I
need to
just quickly
Kincaid,
say
just
this?
own it.
I know it's not time for, you know,
the tip.
it's
The
not
tip.
this time. But let me just say this. See, guys, girls, if you now go record yourself, please look the part, you know, be fit, look the part. Don't just go and record rubbish and
No,
put it out there.
but here's another thing. Here's another angle to look to come from.
You know what?
I see where this nigga is coming from.
Make a mistake. So
You know where you're coming
so
from.
you know what?
That's a violation.
This guy is useless.
Wait, hold on.
This guy is useless. This
So
guy
you
is
know
useless.
what happened?
This guy, I know what's in it.
So this same thing
Jesus.
that just leaked right now.
Because the word on the street
If
is
you
that.
see men with the
Now,
bash
on
the
the-
guy, me
So I
just
heard
the bash
that
the guy. See
it
which
was an
kind of
underwhelming
this?
performance.
Like, why would you do this?
guy
Like,
can't
see
look-
package. See, as the person, in fact, somebody came out and said that why you go they do like this? You see, babe, wait, oh, yeah.
You guys.
yeah.
No, but, no, so let me ask you guys a question. Who do you think leaked that tape? Him or her? Honestly.
My
Is the
brother,
guy
I don't
now?
know.
Now
I
the
don't
guy.
know.
Wait. Who leaked the tape? Now the guy now.
I think
I
both
don't
of
know.
them
I
had
don't know.
something. I think they both had
it was,
something.
it was
I think it's
together.
both.
But guys, in all
What do you think
fairness,
leaked
in all
the tape?
fairness, that guy has another, video out there.
Oh, the guy is a serial porn star.
The guy has other videos, so the guy is into that kind of thing.
He's into that.
So I'll put it on
But
him.
what do you think leaked the tape?
I'll put it on him. I think he did.
Well, now rich kid.
You know the thing is, I don't think.
I think he did. I think he
I
did.
don't
He's a
think.
rich
I don't
kid.
think.
Now the
I don't,
guy.
I don't
Because
think.
the guy
I think
has
it's the
other
guy.
videos.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
the
guy.
girl.
For her, that's the only one that we've
That
seen.
was-
you know
I
what?
think
that
it's
we
the
know.
guy
I
leaked
think
the
that
video.
I don't think that girl is the kind of person that would want to do something like that.
I
No,
completely, I completely disagree.
wait. Hear where I'm coming from.
But I saw the video.
Wait, here where I'm
That
not
girl
saying
very
that.
aware.
Wait, I'm not saying that she was not a part of recording the video. That's all I'm saying.
feel
I'm
like
saying
something
because
she
of her
did-
career and the kind of job that she does.
That's exactly.
I don't know
So for
if
me, I'm
she
like,
would
I'm
want
like,
him to put it out.
So no, not put it out. So for me, the first thing that came to my
but
mind.
since you don't know, say they record that one
So
on
what
live.
the
But
first-
you said you don't watch this kind
No,
of
no,
things.
the first
For
thing that
research
came to my
purposes.
mind. So I mean, I can't come on the show and not have anything to say. There. So I had to research. But here's the thing, though. So when I watched that video, the first thing that came to my mind was like, if this is a Nollywood girl and this is a Nollywood guy, it's completely understandable, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, you have more to lose than this guy.
Yes, because nobody knew the
So,
guy
like,
until that video.
see nobody. So I'm like,
Nobody knew the guy now.
the first thing I'm asking myself is, okay, is she intoxicated?
She could be under the influence.
Is she under the influence? Because if not,
no, hold on. Was she while the act was happening, or is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
because
of course,
in my
that was
mind, I'm
only
like,
the act we saw.
like,
That's what I'm
so-
saying.
Because I'm
There's
like,
no
okay,
way she could have been
How did-
intoxicated
so-
after the
my
the
question
show
is, how did she
and decide
convince?
to.
How did she convince
That's
herself
the
that?
thing.
How did she convince herself that okay, this was right? Because she knows that this dude has nothing to lose.
Guys,
He has nothing to lose.
based-
I'm the one that is a public figure. Nobody knows. This guy can walk the streets and nobody would even recognize him.
Yeah,
And
true.
I'm like, okay, what was going on in my mind? And then I now heard, oh, they were engaged. I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe she believed that, okay, look, I go marry this guy and let's just let it go.
So wait,
Because-
let me get it straight. So they were engaged.
That's what she said.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So let's move away from the main one and come to this TikTok people.
Which
There
one
are
is
a lot of
TikTok again?
TikTokers
There's a lot of
who have been
pornography on
releasing
TikTok.
stuff like that, right? Now,
I don't get TikTok. Thank God.
now the thing is this. So TikTok is one of the craziest places that you can ever be, right? A lot of people do crazy things to trend
Just to
on
trend, yeah.
TikTok.
What's going on?
Now, sorry, it's now getting to a place where people are now releasing per week. This one comes out this week.
it like-
It comes out next. Go and check.
Well,
It
I
comes
did.
out every week.
The world
Now,
don't finish,
on
man.
TikTok, it's looking like that's another update on how to blow quick. I'm telling you.
Okay.
You
I
understand?
see-
So
I see
now
where
the
you're going with
narrative
this,
is
though.
now changing. Somebody came out unknowingly. Now people are coming out knowingly. That
Knowingly.
you have one sex tape, release them. No worry, release them.
See, in this,
They
in
will
this,
talk about that person. There's a girl they're currently talking about right now on TikTok. Guess what? Her account is blowing up.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
I saw that girl. She said she wasn't the one.
You
She
see
said she
lots of
wasn't the
things.
one in the
But
video.
she's coming out
but
to
she
talk.
directed
Research
people
She's
to.
talking.
She
to her
directed
page.
people to where they should go and watch it. See that they will see that she's not the one. And if she is the one, I'm not saying she's the one by the way, but if she is the one, then she's going to have she would have made a lot of money because as of when I went there because she directed me to.
So you went there
I
for
went there,
research purposes.
No, I went there because yes, I'm a journalist. I went there, and guess what? There were over more than 1 million views on that site.
that
Does she
video.
get
So
paid?
what that
Does she get
means?
paid for views? Do people get
You
paid
get
for views?
you.
Oh, people
there's-
get
Yeah,
paid for
yeah,
views,
yes.
depending
Yeah.
on the platform.
Yeah, but you know what? I think if people are talking about sex tapes and all that, that is the criteria. That was some pretty good stuff.
But you see, it's only in Nigeria that we do all of this kind of things. You know why? Because there is actually a platform that you can release your nudes. Did you know that? That you can make money from.
I don't roll in that world.
Please
That's
educate
just- to be knowing,
I like
to be knowing these things.
But I'm
Expansion.
telling you,
Expansion.
there's something.
For deck.
There's a platform called
Expansion.
OnlyFans.
Ah, we
You
know it.
can release your news and make money. You don't have to put it on, the regular social
So how does
media
that work? Like
and all of that.
people pay to see your
People will pay
Yes, please tell
to
us how it
join your
works.
channel.
Tell us how it works.
I don't even know what.
Oh, so when
I don't even know
how
that.
do
But
you
I
make
know
money?
about
When
it.
they join your channel, then I'll pay you or what?
So
Yes, they
like
pay
you
to
have like a
to watch.
subscription.
Pay to watch.
You have like a subscription for OnlyFans, and then when you pay into that person's
You can access
wallet,
their
you
content.
can access their content.
Yeah.
And
So like what kind
there
of
are people who make. In fact, there's someone in the US who made almost $1 million.
I lie.
Baba, you don't know what's
No,
going on.
you can put your account details. Say,
I'm
do you
not
want me to take
joking.
off my shirt? If you want to take off
I'm
my
not joking.
shirt,
I'm telling you,
pay
people
so
make
so so
money.
amount.
And
Do you
people will
know,
pay out.
People will
bro?
keep on
Let me
paying.
bust your mind. Do you know that there is you see, some of these things don't work in Nigeria
You're in the wrong
because,
profession. Abi.
because
As in,
of.
bro.
Let me bust your mind. I want to blow your
Men,
mind.
they there too.
Okay, let me blow your mind.
Wait, men
We're
did
talking
this.
about
Men did it.
nudes, right? I'm not going to talk about nudes right now. I'm going to blow your mind. Did you know that there is a website where you sell the picture of feet, and people make as much as thousands of
Feet
dollars.
like,
feet,
leg.
your
Like my
feet.
leg.
Just take pictures of your girlfriend's feet, your clinical feet.
I don't know, what did I do with that?
They sell it for money online. People actually, you know,
Wow.
to feet. I'm not joking. Go and check it. But why they talk like that? They tell you facts.
Oh
this guy
And they tell you facts.
If they
knows
give
too
him
much.
blow the trumpets.
Deck knows
You
too
don't
much.
do.
I'm not joking.
Just blow
Don't
the
you know there's
trumpet.
something
Alright.
called feet fetish?
We have a couple of messages.
People pay.
Yes. No, this
Abba.
guy, Deck knows so much. I need to.
At the end of the show, we need to have a conversation.
Let's go to a couple of your messages. Thank you for sending them. You can keep coming in with more messages with the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC. This one from @outlook.com, a regular on the show, says, Mazino, sorry, gang. How you doing now? Please leave Maraji alone. I'm very sure she did not watch the whole show.
Obviously.
If she did, she probably would have had a better opinion. Benga says, my wife's boyfriend go come beat me for house. Me.
Me.
He says,
That's
God.
me.
As in me. Says, God, I beggeth thee.
God, I beg you.
David says, fam, as women go through domestic violence, men too go
too,
through
yeah.
it. Oh,
True that.
that it's only that this guy is just going through extramarital domestic violence.
Hey, that's another angle.
Domestic violence.
They use you coin phrase.
Another
No,
angle.
so this is how you know that you're not even a man. They use you coin phrase. Extramarital domestic violence. Ah, bro. Bro.
Another message from Jeremiah says, he says, na sex tape, they rain. Which will make Kim Kardashian blow. He said
Facts.
most of these females, when their sex tape leaks, you have people encouraging them in their comment section saying, go girl,
Absolutely.
yes queen.
Absolutely.
And for the men, take Omale, for example. Even women were hailing him saying,
Omale?
Baba,
Omale
do
gets
this
sex
girl.
Omale?
I don't know why he said Omale.
Oxlade.
He said,
Oxlade, yeah, maybe
So he made
Oxlade.
his Oxlade he was trying to, maybe it's a
Oh,
time.
Oxlade is the guy that did this.
I don't know, Oxlade gets sex tape.
Okay,
Guy, you like
Spider-Man.
Hey,
Spider-Man. He says, he says people were hailing him as, Baba, do this girl well, oh. Is the world coming to an end?
Oh, hey, Gabriel go blow
Is the world
trumpet.
coming
What
to an
about
end?
Tiwa?
And of course we know about Tiwa's incident as well. For me, it's quite alarming because usually anytime you hear sex tape, the woman is always the victim. At the end of the day, people are looking at her on the tape. And there's some sex tapes you never even see the
guy.
man's face, you never even see the guy.
True that,
You know,
true that, true
everybody
that, true
focuses on the female, and that was, I think, that was kind of
not
like
everybody. So I think
most people, because-
men focus on the females and the females focus on the guy.
Yeah.
that's when they're watching. But when they're condemning and castigating these people on the tape, it's the woman that gets the backlash.
But
That's
wait,
why
but in
Olamide can
recent
say
times-
women should hold themselves responsible to a certain extent. That if you give consent to be recorded, make sure it doesn't go out, doesn't leave that place. But I feel at the end of the day, both parties are responsible. You're two consenting adults. So at the end of the day, two of you are responsible for recording it. Whatever happens after that, like you said, you painted the scenarios as a professional, how these things can actually be at the end of the day. So you gave us a little tip
Me?
earlier on.
Can you complete the tip?
So can you complete
And go
the
all in.
tip?
Go
Don't
all
go
in.
all
Go
in.
all in.
I should
So-
complete the tip.
So complete the
I
tip
want to
for
put
us.
in the whole thing.
Give us just a tip to wrap up today's show.
Okay, so first things first, Maraji, we love you.
She knows we do.
And the opinion of 1,000 men means nothing if they know not what is being talked about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. If you don't know what is being discussed,
In details.
step out. Like just pull the brakes.
That's your tip?
That is not my tip. That's my word for life. Like the opinion of 1,000 men means nothing if they know nothing about the subject matter. Because in all honesty, all people had to do was just watch the entire show. Clarity.
And that show is still available. Olamide,
Online.
what was your tip?
Okay, so I'm just going to stick to what we're talking about tonight. Ladies, seriously, you really need to get in control of this. There's no way you're going to put your nudes out there.
That's spoiling market for other men. You dey spoil market.
You put
Nah,
out your
just the
nudes.
tip. They don't say me spoil market. Just the tip.
Okay. Ladies, please be more responsible. They say I should not spoil market for the men out there.
But the guys should also be more responsible.
I cannot hold the guys responsible. I know I said it's the women.
Yes.
They control the narrative when it comes to sex.
But I feel like, for whatever it's worth, like he said, and like I said, some people think that it's a fantasy for them to record. My point, like he said, is to delete or to know when to delete. That's it.
If it works for you, it works for you.
That's all.
That wraps up the Black Table for this week. We do this every Friday night at 11 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my gentlemen for coming around. Shout outs to the premium MC. Shout outs to my designer and, Mr. Femi. And then, of course, who else is a better producer and barman than
But
Mr.
I have to give a quick shout out to No Limit Stitches for my girl. You guys need to see me from Ed.
You should see it from head to toe. We'll put up
fantastic
the attire for you guys on socials. Follow us. Follow TVC. And, of course, you can recap last week's show and every other show that we've done. It's available online for you to see it. Drop your comments. Drop your insults. Say whatever you want to say. Express your opinion. You're free to do so. But thank you, and we'll see you again next week. It's good night and good morning.